From the smallest of atoms to the vastness of the cosmos, energy is the force that connects all things, and we humans are no exception. Within each and every one of us and everything lies an invisible energy field. People today say aura, biofield, life force, or spirit. This field is actually a reflection of our mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being, influenced by our thoughts, actions, and environment around us. When we feel emotions such as positivity, joy, gratitude, or being grounded, our energy field is vibrant and strong and is radiating that outwardly into the universe. But when we are stressed and anxious, unbalanced, that's when the field can become weak or fragmented. But this isn't just about feeling good. Energy fields can actually help us to protect ourselves from outside forces or people that may not have the best intentions for us. And it'll also help us stay on track with meeting our goals and living a life that is more fulfilling for us. It can also help you manifest your dreams a lot quicker. It can help you make and maintain very nice and balanced friendships and relationships. The center of this energy field is going to be our heart. Our heart is the seat of the soul. It radiates the most powerful energy of all, which is going to be love. Now, don't knock me on this, because as corny as this may sound, it is true. And I'm not a liar. You had me down on my knees, they really had to talk beside. I'm in that 8 and then one of the I want you guys to remember while you're watching this video that your energy is your essence. So being able to protect that and get out ahead of any evil eye or any kind of negativity that people may be throwing at you, I am going to give you some tips and some methods that I have picked up and learned along the way that I thought would help those at home. And I just wanted to say before we start that our energy is more sacred than we have ever been taught or that we could even imagine. And those who tune into my channel have the most beautiful souls who are always looking to grow and evolve themselves. You guys dare to strive to reach something greater than the rat races that are presented to us in our everyday reality. You guys want to create your own reality. So protection and being able to protect your energy at any given time, especially for those of you who want to do big things, be around a whole bunch of people, maybe be famous and very successful in some way, shape, or form. I want you guys to learn how to protect your energy. Method number 1 is going to be zip it up. The zip it up method is a method that requires absolutely no tools. You don't need any candles, you don't need any incense, you don't need anything like that, okay? All you need is yourself and your index finger and your thumb. Your index finger symbolizes, and I want you to just hear me out, your index finger is going to symbolize strength and independence, while your thumb symbolizes will and logic. So when you combine these two together, you can start at your feet with this. You start at the base of my stomach, so right below my tummy, kind of by my hip bone area and my lower back as well. You take these 2 fingers and you zip up your energy field. This is going to do, and this is very simple, like I said, it requires absolutely nothing, like maybe 5 seconds of your time. This is going to, I call it close your energy field. A while ago, when I was first starting my journey, I ran into this beautiful, lovely lady, and she taught me how to do that. And ever since then, I noticed that whenever I do that, I'm less bothered. And I don't know if it's a mental thing or if it is a thing with your chakras, I don't know, but I know it works. So it could be a mixture of the both, to be honest. So that is something I want you to try before maybe you go into work or before you go into an environment where there's going to be a lot of people and you don't want your energy to be all over the place and you don't want it to, you know, drain you as quickly. That is something I've noticed that helps a lot. Okay, number 2, the breath bubble. So the breath bubbles is one of my favorites. I mentioned this method in a few of my other videos very briefly, but I want to dive a little bit deeper into that in this video so you guys can actually start doing it at home if this is something that you're interested in. The breath bubble is a form of meditation. Now, before you knock it over and refuse to do it because it's a meditation and you don't know how to sit down and focus on your breathing, which is totally understandable. I think you can though. Start by focusing on your breath, just focusing on your in and out breathing. And if that is hard for you, because it was hard for me too at first, something I encourage you to do is to either find a noise around you, like if you want to put on nature sounds or if you want to go outside in nature and focus on some of the sounds that you hear even in your house. You can focus on sounds, or you can start to count your breathing, which, like I said, that counting my breaths helps me to focus a lot, and it destroys all other thoughts that come into my brain. Once you get comfortable enough with focusing on your breath that you feel calm and your heart rate is down, I want you to imagine the air that is coming in your body as being white iridescent light, like a beautiful mystical white light entering your body, cleansing out your body. And when you exhale, I want you to exhale all the dingy stuff that may be stuck in your body from previous encounters with people, or just emotions that you've had bottled up. If you need to cry, you can cry during this. And the more you go on breathing, you can allow the bubble, and this starts from your heart space. You can allow that bubble to get bigger and bigger as you breathe in and out, and you can make the bubble as big as your body, as big as your house, as big as the property that you're on. You could go as far as you want with this, okay? You can also change the colors of this. If you look more into color theory, which is one of my favorite things to look into, learning the symbolisms of colors and how our mind symbolizes different colors, you can definitely start to integrate that with this practice, and I've learned that it has helped so much. I also stack layers on top of each other sometimes, so like I'll do white for cleansing, like creating a safe space within myself from the energy that I am casting out, and then I do a black one around it, and then I'll do a gold one, or I'll do red. It's a very, very simple method. It requires nothing but you and your breath. For those of us at home who don't want to really get into practicing witchcraft or practicing candle magic or anything like that. Number 3 is going to be learning how to cleanse your home, your space, and your soul. So being able to actually cleanse your space is very simple and very easy as well. This doesn't require much except for stuff that you probably already have laying around in your house. So some practitioners that I know, and you don't have to be a practitioner to do this stuff. Like I said, this is for protecting your energy. This is not a witchcraft thing. This is more of a spiritual thing. This is a practice that you can do to keep negative energy out of your home, out of your space, because I always believe that your home and where you rest your head is your sanctuary. That is your space for you to be able to come and be yourself, or let out emotions if you need to, or it is supposed to be somewhere where you go to feel safe and protected from anything and anybody that you don't want to be around. Practitioners do monthly little cleansing rituals. Some do it weekly. I personally do it monthly because I have different things that I incorporate throughout the week in my routines that kind of promote me being able to cleanse my space and cleanse myself and protect myself from any energies that I really don't need or don't want. So for cleansing the home, an example would be when you're sweeping or mopping, you could sweep with the intention of sweeping all energies that no longer belong to you, anything that you've picked up from outside to be swept out of your energy field, swept out of your house, swept out of your area and sanctuary. And then for your body and for yourself, when I take showers personally, I do this maybe once or twice a week now. I don't do it as much as I used to, but whenever you take a shower, you could bathe with certain kind of like bath salts. Like I said, color theory is real. Salt in general is it's basically like a sponge for negative energy. So if you wash yourself off with that, with the intention of washing off anything that, like I said, doesn't serve you anymore, or is hanging on to you unnecessarily, or is draining you, you wash off all that dirt and all the residue. Incorporate herbs within your bath if you take baths, or you can incorporate that within your body wash and your lotion and your skincare routine. And different plants, of course, have meanings for different things. If you want a video on that, I could do that separately, but if I got into that, this video, I swear, would be an hour and a half long. So cleansing is important because if you are trying to protect yourself and you have energy within inside of you that is already stagnant and causing I guess an unbalance within your energy field, then it's not pointless to protect yourself, but it's like you're stacking stuff on top of each other. Like you have all this energy and then you're stacking protection on top of it, so you're just kind of locking it within your own energy field. So that's why I say cleansing is always important. Even with the breath work method that I had you guys try, it is still something where, that's why I tell you to take a few minutes to cleanse out, let that white iridescent light go into your body, flow into your body, collect all the stuff that's in there, declutter it, and then you can start your bubble and expanding that and protecting yourself in that way. So cleansing is going to be something that is very, very, very vital for protecting yourself. That this should be stuff that you kind of already have routine for, like cleaning your room and washing yourself. These are basic things that you do every day or every week, so might as well just incorporate some intention with that. Number 4 is talisman and sigils. Talisman has been used for generations, so have sigils, and a lot of practitioners that I know as well use these tools in their everyday life to protect themselves when they go out into the world, or protect their home, or ward off unwanted and negative energies that may be at bay. The sigils is more of a ritualistic, it's more diving a little bit deeper down the path of spirituality. So I know this is not going to be for everyone, but talisman are something that you could wear as well. Like whenever people are wearing a cross, unknowingly, I think that they are wearing a talisman, because the cross to them probably represents something like strength or guidance from God and Jesus and whatever else it stands for them personally. Like, this is one of my talisman. It is the Ankh. People use bracelets, jewelry, earrings. Cleansing is going to be a big thing. Being able to cleanse the talisman with smoke or water or flame, even if depending on the type of talisman you have, going to be able to cleanse it of any previous energy that was put onto it, because these are tools of magic. Like I said, you are getting a little bit deeper down the path of spirituality, and this requires a lot of intention. You finish cleansing the talisman, you put your intention into it, meditate about it, and then that's a whole nother video within itself. So if you guys really want more magic or like witchcraft videos, then I can definitely do that for you, but I don't share too much about it anymore, because like, it's a lot for some people. So sigils are one of my favorite things. You can create your own sigils. You can use sigils that people have been using for thousands of years, whatever actually works for you. And sigils are going to be symbols. Every sigil is different. Like I said, you can make your own, and you can write it on your body. You can write it on something in your space to protect your home. And learning different sigils, like I love creating my own sigils, but at the same time, I do like using the ones that have been around for thousands of years. For some reason, I gravitate towards those, and that's what works best for me in my practice. And wear them, like I said, you can wear them daily. If there is something you're trying to attract or something you are trying to embody, I've learned that sigils help a whole lot with that, especially with protection. I will say though about talisman and sigils is that they are not to be solely relied on for protection spiritually, especially if you are a practitioner with witchcraft or the dark arts or anything like that. If you are into the metaphysical world, even like spiritual people understand this as well. Spiritual attacks and spiritual war is real. So being able to layer everything, like, and I'm going to talk more about the spells and all that other type of stuff in a second, but being able to have maybe like a spell ritual you do once a month on a full moon or a new moon, and then wearing your sigils or wearing your talisman every day, and then practicing zipping it up and the bubble method, like all these things can be layered on top of each other. I would never ever recommend for somebody to solely just rely on one of these methods that I'm using. Just putting that out there, especially, like I said, especially if you're a practitioner, bitch. I don't want to see you just practicing one of these. You need to be racking it up. I've also learned further along on my path that when you reach a certain point of evolution within yourself, there is something that protects you, and you don't entertain the shit that comes at you anymore. You're just like, whatever, I'm doing my own thing. You know what I mean? So I guess it just depends on where you are. Number 5 is glamour magic. So glamour magic, whether you want to stand out in a crowd or blend in a scene, then glamour magic can definitely help you out with that. In my own kinds of encounters, having a glamour on does change people's perception of you. Things that you could use for glamours are head wraps, head accessories, jewelry, clothing, sigils. You know, girls that do glamour with their makeup and they put their intention into their makeup, and it makes a huge difference. It's so crazy to me. Glamours are basically meant to alter other people's perception of you, or even alter your perception of yourself. So when we are talking in terms of protection, maybe you're going somewhere where, like I said, you want to blend in with the crowd, you don't really want to stand out too much. Maybe you're going home and you're walking home by yourself, or maybe you're walking to somewhere by yourself and you don't want to, I don't know, like I just feel like sometimes there's situations that even I've been in where I'm like, I don't really want to stand out like I usually do stand out in the crowd. I want to blend in. I want to just get to where I'm going safely. So glamours are something that will help with that. And glamours is basically, like I said, like a talisman. You charge your items with your intention and what you want them to essentially do for you, how you want them to perform for you, and they will do that. So number 6, the final one, is going to be spell work. So warding, banishing, cord cutting, and spell work. I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't talk too much about the dark arts or magic or anything like that because it might be too much for some people and might make some people uncomfortable. I'm going to talk about this just because it always is an option, especially for those of you, like I said, who are practitioners. Maybe you're just getting into spirituality. You don't really want to cast any spells without really knowing what you're doing. And protection and warding and banishing is a great place to start. That's where I started. Once you get the hang of putting your intentions into things, because essentially that's all that magic is. I've said this in my other videos when I used to talk about witchcraft and stuff like that, that you are the magic. The tools that you're using are not magic. You are the one that puts the magic into the tools. That's why protecting your energy is so important, because when you are practicing arts like this, it requires a lot of your energy. Learning to cord cut and cleanse, which I do occasionally. Cord cutting is basically what it sounds like. It's you and another person. Everybody is connected through energy and visible strings that we cannot see. So a cord cutting is essentially cutting those strings, burning the string between you and somebody else, or you and somebody that you don't resonate anymore with, that you have a soul bond with, or something like that. Warding and banishing and protecting. So casting protection spells are very simple. They can be very simple, some of them. Other ones, I know people who go really hard with their protection spells, and I admire them for that. A lot of the ones I do are pretty simple. They're pretty basic because, like I said, once you reach a certain point in your journey, I feel like you don't need to do too much, because the universe and whatever it is that watches over you protects you in ways that you don't see every day. Being able to banish things, or like I said, this goes along with cleansing as well, banishing somebody out of your life that is bringing negativity or toxicity, banishing a situation. But I do want to say that all of these are never going to make up for the things in the physical world that you do need to be aware of and do need to protect yourself from. Just because you're doing protection spells and putting on glamour magic does not mean people won't bother you. There will always be people that still kind of try and poke their ugly little head at you and press your buttons. But to be honest, like I said, once you get to that place in your mind where nothing can really slow you down or stop you, then you're unstoppable from there on out. And that is all that I have in this video for you. Okay, my name is Janessa-Belle, by the way. I didn't do my intro. If you are new here, and if you are not new, then welcome back. If you guys like this video, like it, share it with people who you want to maybe get into this kind of stuff with, or if you want to teach them, definitely recommend them to me. Your girl, Lisa, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. Bye.
You got desires, I know. You got desires, I know.